So during ovulation, there's an increase in androgens and estrogens, which could result to increased sebum production. And this increased sebum production can result to oily face, which could cause acne or breakouts for most women. Hi lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Cynthia. Welcome back to my channel. To all my returning subscribers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And to my new subscribers, I love you all so much. And to all those waiting to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button, and we love you all so much on this channel. So on today's video, we'll be talking about the key indicators of ovulation, identifying the key signs of ovulation, and why it's important for everyone trying to conceive to know the signs. Understanding the signs of ovulation would help to increase your chances of conceiving. Let us identify the signs and help to track our ovulation accurately. So the first sign we'll be talking about today is pain. So pain or cramping. So this often happens to most people during ovulation. So the pain could be mild, it could be severe, it could be dull, it could be sharp. So it depends actually on the individual, and this happens when the egg is released during ovulation. There may be mild or severe cramping just around one side of the lower abdomen, which is quite normal for most people. So that is the first sign to watch out for during ovulation. The second sign is changes in cervical mucus. So that is another way of tracking ovulation. There are some factors that could affect the consistency of cervical mucus during ovulation. The use of lubricants can be one factor that could affect the cervical mucus consistency. Sexual arousement can be another factor. Perimenopause can also be another factor, and having a vaginal infection as well can also affect the consistency of cervical mucus. But generally, before ovulation is usually very slippery and thin, similar to that of egg white, and then immediately after ovulation you'll notice that it becomes thicker. The cervical mucus becomes thicker during ovulation. So when approaching ovulation, one thing you should always watch out for is a very slim and slippery, very thin rather, and slippery cervical mucus during ovulation, bearing in mind that there are some factors that could affect it, which I've just listed out. Another sign to watch out for during ovulation is light bleeding. So this is very minimal, is almost not significant. This could be as a result of changes in hormone during ovulation, and it allows the uterine lining to shade, and there will be slight spotting or slight bleeding, which is very unnoticeable just because it's very little. So it happens to about 5% of women, roughly 5% of women, and the bleeding or the spotting is almost unnoticeable because it's very little. The fourth sign to watch out for during ovulation is a rise in basal body temperature. So there's a slight increase in basal body temperature. So if you chart your temperature regularly from the first day of your menstrual cycle, you would notice that there will be a slight increase of temperature during ovulation. That's basically because of the release of the hormone progesterone into the bloodstream. It's a little bit elevates the body temperature from what it has always been, from about 0.4 degree Fahrenheit to 1 degree Fahrenheit, which is very slight but very significant. On this channel, we've got a full video on how to use the basal body temperature to monitor your ovulation. So you could check out that video on the link just above here for you to know how to use the basal body temperature to track your ovulation. So a slight change in basal body temperature is an indicator that you are ovulating, and that is my fourth sign for signs of ovulation. Number 5 on my list is increased libido. So for some women, for most women rather, there is always an increased sex drive during ovulation. So one of those is one of the signs of ovulation that should be watched out for. So when you have an increased libido during your menstrual cycle, you could have an idea that this could possibly be ovulation. So you watch out for these signs. If it's accompanied with other signs we have listed out previously, it could be you are ovulating. So you should watch out for the sign. Number 6 on my list is breast tenderness. So as a result of hormonal changes during ovulation, there's always this tenderness or soreness in the breasts for most women. So you should watch out for this sign when you're trying to conceive. You should watch out for this ovulation sign, bearing in mind also that during early stage of pregnancy there could also be breast tenderness. So the breast tenderness I'm talking about is just happens almost at the middle of your circle. So during ovulation, you should watch out for breast tenderness or soreness in your breast, which is also accompanied with other symptoms like lower abdominal pain on one side of the lower abdominal pelvic region. And then light spotting as well could be accompanied with this breast tenderness, which I'm just talking about now. Another thing that could accompany it as well is pain or cramping or changes in cervical mucus. So all of this could be accompanied with breast tenderness to give you an idea of, oh, I may possibly be ovulating. So breast tenderness is an indicator that you may be ovulating. Number 7 sign to watch out for, which could be an indicator that you are ovulating, is mood changes. So because of the changes in the hormones in the body during ovulation, there may be changes in the mood, which could fluctuate from emotional, from irritability, and all sorts of mood, getting so irritable, getting so emotional. So there could be fluctuations in your mood during ovulation. So that is a sign to watch out for as well. Number 8 sign to watch out for is acne or breakouts on the face especially. So this is common for most women. So during ovulation, there's an increase in androgens and estrogens, which could result to increased sebum production. And this increased sebum production can result to oily face, which could cause acne or breakouts for most women. So that is one sign someone should watch out for during ovulation, because it does happen to most women during ovulation. So you could watch out for this sign and then see if you're having acne or if you're having breakout during a particular period of the month. And then you could trace it back to, oh, am I actually ovulating on this time? So you have an idea of when your ovulation could possibly be, and then know that it is a sign of ovulation. It is a sign that you're possibly ovulating. So acne is definitely one sign to watch out for during ovulation. Number 9 on my list is reduced appetite. So most women suffer with reduced appetite during ovulation because of the shift in hormones in the body, the changes in hormones in the body. It could cause reduced appetite in some women. The last but not the least is changes in cervix position. So the cervix, which is the lower part of the womb, just before ovulation, it's usually soft, high, open and wet. Immediately following ovulation, it feels firmer, lower, closed and dry. So changes in the cervix position during ovulation is one of the ways or one of the indicators to know that you're ovulating as well. So lovelies, identifying these signs of ovulation could help take proactive steps towards conceiving, for you to know when your fertile window is and try to have unprotected sex during that period to increase your chances of getting pregnant if you're trying to conceive. Remember, it's all about understanding your body and its rhythm. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful at all, be sure to check out my other videos on fertility journey, and I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in my next video. I love you all so much. Continue to be safe. See you all. Bye.